Previously on Civitanum 7.
You, Prim, are the alien slime that's taken over my ship.
Tell us your intentions. Answer our question. We will open the cargo-way to the elements of space.
Teo grants you permission to enter his consciousness.
We're gonna let the galaxy know what kind of man my father really is. We're gonna make him pay.
He's using the Ligaloligo to hurt his
He
father.
cares for the Ligaloligo.
What did you do? Is Teo okay?
We can benefit from a collaborative effort. If you can aid us in our efforts to freedom and security, Premier Moore will aid you in removing your father from power.
Done! Agreed! Great! Ugh. Okay, we need to have a plan. In order to do that, we'll need information. We need to go to the station.
I can't give you that information.
Excuse me?
Mr. Stewart, I'll need you to follow me. Please step into this office.
Is this where I'll be granted access to the files I asked for?
This is where you'll be receiving a call.
What?
Nathan?
Dad?
You have accessed Civitanum 7, a space-time probe of the Centuit sent to tell our story. This is the accumulated knowledge and history of the most technologically advanced society in the known universe. In all of Earth's history pertaining to their entry into the galactic community, one name is known as its herald and champion: Edward Stewart. Better known as Ed, he owned Humentum Industries, which miraculously developed the warp stream engine, allowing humanity to finally travel to their neighboring solar systems. Not long after their explorations began, they came into contact with their first extraterrestrial being, the mysterious Siripians, who in turn introduced them to the other 6 races of the already established United Core of Planets. Not only was this their first encounter with a species more advanced than themselves, but it later became clear that the Siripians were more advanced than any other known intelligent species as the leaders and architects of this United Core. Their technology was consistently proven to be superior, but they kept themselves and their knowledge hidden in order to, as they put it, not only protect ourselves, but protect others from the dangers of progressing too quickly. Instead of communicating in person themselves, the Siripians used ambassadors, mostly willing volunteers, from other planets that were given cerebral implants that gave them a direct line to the Siripian Council. The earliest of these ambassadors was one of the first astronauts to pass our asteroid belt, Delia Alana, who later married Ed Stewart, securing their role as Earth's cosmic royal couple before she later disappeared. Ed was offered one of these illustrious ambassador positions, but he declined, publicly stating that he wished to only be a vessel for the will of Earth. In the following years, Edward Stewart became just that, ushering in an age of peace and prosperity never before seen by the aggressive human race. His connection with first the Siripians, then the United Core of Planets, made him a leader of Earth in all but title. The vast majority of Earth's citizens would say that Edward Stewart was the greatest man to have ever lived. His youngest son, however, knew a side of Ed rarely seen by anyone, and his impression of him was far from great.
This is when you need to think before you speak. Because I'm going to need a very good explanation as to why I shouldn't hand you over to Irrelib myself.
Well, I would hope...
I said think before you speak! You know what? How about you just listen for now? Take in just how much trouble you're actually in, and then tell me why I shouldn't let him take you. First, your little stunt aboard the Sky Grazer cost me quite a bit to cover up. Smoothing over relations with the Siripians after you stole a...
You mean liberate.
Nathan, I told you to listen! You kidnapped a Ligaloligo and you stole my ship. I found that too, by the way. I hope you understand that what I had to do to the one you sold it to cover your tracks is on your head. Then I hear you've conned your way into stealing another ship, this time from Irla Domen Lacerta! Then you dock this stolen ship in my station and didn't expect me to immediately find out.
Well, I was actually banking on Earlib's pride to keep him from telling you that I took his ship.
Oh, your tantrums have always left me a mess to clean up, but this isn't some dorm gravity generators. This is... Oh, if your mother had been around to see this...
You speak as though she were dead, as if it were a certainty.
This is the last time you accuse me of such a thing.
I didn't accuse you of anything. I would never, not without proof anyway. Besides, invoking her to throw guilt on me over what I've done? Did you forget that I know what you've done?
I've only ever done what's best for our planet.
Of course, because you always know what's best for us. It's funny how what's best for the planet always seems to work out really well for you.
Well, it just so happens I am what's best for the planet.
I think I know about 40 million people who might disagree with you.
Oh, Nathan. After all this time, how do you still not understand? How many times must we go over this? Okay. I'm going to put this hopefully in a way you might understand. You go to wash your hands. Do not interrupt me. You go to wash your hands and there are little bugs crawling out of the drain. What you do is drown them and pour bleach down the drain. Millions will tell you that it's wrong, but who in their right mind would do anything different? Why do you do this? To wash your hands?
We're not talking about bugs in a
I know
sink.
full well what we're talking about. Why can't you just listen? How can you be my son and refuse to see things from the proper perspective? You'll never be a great man if you can't even grasp the most fundamental concepts of reality. There has never been, nor will there ever be, peace across the galaxy. Life forms have been murdering, enslaving, and abusing other life forms before any recorded history, and will continue to do so until all life is extinguished. That is reality. And we are dangerously close to facing a reality in which you no longer take part in.
How powerful are you if you don't think you can achieve peace and prosperity for all? Maybe you just like the way things are. Maybe it's just easier for you this way.
Think it was easy to achieve peace on Earth? Yes, of course it was my doing. If I hadn't opened up our world to the galactic community, do you think those in power wouldn't still be taking advantage of the weak and the powerless? Giving our world something greater than themselves to consider led them to unite and prosper. Now, there is no hunger on Earth. There is no poverty, no homelessness. I achieved that. I created that. But I am not so naive as to think that I can make that a reality for the entire galaxy. I'm wise enough to know that I must look after and protect what is mine.
Yes, Father, because Earth is yours.
You're damn right it's mine. And if you can finally get your act together, it'll be yours one day.
Mr. Stewart?
Yes.
Mr. Edward Stewart? There's a call from the Cerebian Embassy. They say it's urgent.
I'm talking to my son.
Nate, while your father is distracted, I need you to find a reason to touch that terminal near the door to allow me to discreetly access it. I'll travel down your right arm and wait for your move.
You know what, Dad? I'll just wait here. I might order some drinks. Hello, can I get some refreshments in here? Perhaps something that'll soften some edges?
Nathan, don't get comfortable. Lilith is on her way to pick you up and bring you home.
Lilith, are you crazy? Why did you hire her? She's more likely to slit my throat than to bring me home.
Lilith has more drive and determination than anyone who's ever worked for me. It'd be wise to take note of it and learn from her. Erin, put the ambassador on. Ambassador, what brings me the honor of speaking to you today?
Sure, Dad. I'm sure Lilith can teach me a lot. Like how to get comfortable with breaking arms and dreams and listening to you.
Nate, retrieve us from the terminal. We need to move quickly.
Still waiting on that drink. You know, I'll be happy with just water at this point. Did you get what you needed?
The system here is well protected. We've managed to stay undetected so far, but will not be able to for much longer.
Then let's go.
We'll need just another moment. This technology is rudimentary, but still foreign to us. Just a few more seconds.
By the way, Dad, are you aware of what's aboard that ship I stole from Irlib?
Excuse me, Ambassador. Nathan, what did you do to it?
Oh, nothing. I just set them free.
What's going on? Nathan, did you bring that thing aboard my station? Nathan, you have no idea what you've done.
Time to go then?
Unlocking your door now.
Did you get everything we need?
Yes, and more. Head to your left. Guards are making their way from the moonside corridor.
Are you seeing through the surveillance cameras? How are you still accessing them?
A crew of 20 has stayed behind to give us a way to escape. We're communicating through your translator.
You're leaving them behind?
We've secured a rendezvous. The Beta Mark III is already set for takeoff. Stop here for 5 seconds.
Security systems and comms are down. Just keep your eyes peeled.
You were able to do all of that?
Continue forward and turn right at the next juncture.
That's nearly impossible, even without all the firewalls this place has. How did you...
Stop.
This way.
Head left here and quicken your pace. It may be difficult for you to conceive of the benefits of having millions of us in the fluid. This, combined with our potential for application of technology, makes us more efficient than you're able to comprehend. Step into the next room to your right and wait for 20 seconds.
Just a moment ago you said you were struggling with the system. Now you have full control? What changed?
We adapted.
Lieutenant, over here.
Huh? Hey, in here! This way. What? No, open the door! No, open the door!
Prim, what did you...
Make your way further down the hall, and the Beta Mark III is 3 doors to your left. Pick up your pace 60%.
He's over there! Stop! Open fire!
What? No! What? Whoa! They fired at me.
They were ordered to. They were told to stop us at all costs.
My father ordered them to fire at me?
It seems your father's secrets are more important to him than his family. Coordinates are set for rendezvous point.
Wait. Set a course for 120 Mark 150, and then we'll head to the rendezvous. We need to make 2 jumps to throw them off our trail.
A wise tactic. Although classifying it as a jump doesn't accurately describe...
Well, actually, mean later. Just go!
Okay, just...
2 jumps, back to back. Not so good.
Nate, TO is in position. Prepare to dock the Beta Mark III.
How?
We were able to send our coordinates to TO through a subspace channel after the first jump.
I guess I shouldn't be surprised.
According to Prim Miramore's transmission, you have been compromised?
It's fine. We're fine, Tio. The important thing is that we got what we came for. Prim, what info were you able to get from the station?
Your father has detailed plans and descriptions of the war station. It seems he has several agents and informants aboard. He is also aware of the experiments Irlib has been conducting on my people, although Irlib has been able to keep the details of those experiments hidden, as well as how Irlib is able to incapacitate us.
Anything about where they have your friends?
They are located in the innermost section of the research level.
The Gordonans have a research level?
This level is heavily fortified and guarded constantly. Their protocol states that even under an attack, the research level locks down and is defended at all cost. In the event of the station being captured, the research section is set to self-destruct, as to not leave even a cell of evidence behind.
Let's find a way to avoid that. What about your ship?
Our ship is located in Cargo Bay 7. It has been dismantled. It has been researched, but to no avail. They haven't been able to understand our technology well enough to access our databases, so the location of our home planet is still secure. The only technology they seem able to utilize is our engine, which they used to make the Beta Mark III.
Well, I guess we'll have to count ourselves lucky that it was the Gordonans that found you. They're not likely to be smart enough to figure out your advanced technology, and too stubborn to ask for help. But we can't forget about the Cerepians. Who knows what info they may have? Just because my father doesn't have the information doesn't mean they don't. If they get their hands on your technology, who knows what they'll do with it. What was that?
Tio is uncertain. There's an error code in the ventilation conduits, but...
That is the team that stayed behind on the station.
How did they get here so fast? Also, you can survive the vacuum of space? What's happening right now?
It seems the small bit of Premier Moore that has returned is attempting to rejoin the hull.
Why is it taking so long? Prim, are you okay?
We have rejoined. This has been the longest any of us have been apart from the whole. It seems to complicate the rejoining process.
Well, it's good to know for the future. Let's try to keep you together as much as we can, I guess.
What does that mean for those of you still aboard the Gordonan station?
Do not concern yourself with our state of being. You must focus on the next step of the plan. We now have the information necessary for infiltrating the Gordonan Moore station. We must enter from the lower ventilation.
Okay, hold on. Just don't get ahead of yourselves. We have great intel, but there's still no way we're going to do this on our own. The next move is to find some help. We need to contact the rebellion.
Who is this rebellion? How can we trust them?
The rebellion formed when the Gordonans were hired to wage war on the Molpreda, a known peaceful society, and practically wipe them out. The rebellion started to avenge the Molpreda, but as the Gordonans continued to fight in more and more proxy wars, they made more and more enemies, so the rebellion grew.
And we shall be their newest allies. Where are they? How do we contact them?
About a decade ago, they took a really big hit. My father actually helped the Gordonans track down the rebellion's hideout, and nearly decimated them. After that, they went into hiding. I only know of one of them that I can get in touch with. And I'm not gonna lie, I'm not really looking forward to getting back in touch.
Don't worry, Nate. Whatever lies ahead, Tio will be there to help.
Thank you, Tio. That helps. Okay, so we're going to visit a station orbiting Jupiter. I'm going to warn you now that this place is a little strange. Please just bear with me while we go through this. Tio, I know you're probably sick of hearing this, but I think it's best you stay aboard the ship. Prim, you too.
I'm going with you.
You don't understand. This guy we're seeing is paranoid as well as advantageous. I don't want him knowing about you unless he has to. And if you go with me, there's a chance that his multitude of sensors will pick you up. And I'd rather not have that conversation with him on his terms.
This isn't up for argument. I will be sending a team with you in your earpiece. The rest of us will stay aboard with Tio.
Okay, well, I've warned you. If we get into trouble with this guy, it's on you. Okay. I guess we're going to Phalorian.
Ah, a new adventurer. Hail and well met. Welcome to Phalorian. Can it be that you seek glory and riches? Or are you here to protect the weak and become one of legend? Come now, you must be weary from your travels. The inn is this way.
I hate this place.
Performers of this episode include Matthew Bass, Tara Evaker, Darby Gwynn, Brianna Bass, Kelly Mann, and Bob Mullins. Story by Matthew Bass and Darby Gwynn. Music by Brett Rogers. Editing by Matthew Bass. To further invest in our story, visit patreon.com/civitanum7 for early access to the latest episodes, character bios, and more. And now, an out-of-context scene to add further intrigue.
Aaron, put the ambassador on. Ambassador, what brings me the honor of speaking to you today?
What the Gordonans are sending you.
I see.
There are no secrets kept from the Seripian Council. Have it sent to the coordinates provided.
I must request...
You may not. You are not of the Council. Who are you to request anything? Your position of power is granted to you. You'd be wise to follow the instructions you are given, for power can also be taken.
Irin, get the embassy's operations transferred to my office. Ambassador.
What is this? How have you...
Ambassador, you forget that I built your embassy.
This is outrageous!
You've already shown your hand, Ambassador. I don't wish to make an enemy of you, but I also don't respond well at all to threats, even idle ones. I think you know my current standing with the Siripian Council as well as I do, and it's higher than yours. You give no orders to me. You underestimated my understanding of Siripian hierarchy. You also mistook me for someone who would fall in line. Your attempt at making a play has proven to be poorly calculated. Either you're a terrible Siripian or you're being pressured. Do you care to enlighten me? Or make another poorly calculated decision?
By
the way, Dad, are you aware of what's aboard that ship I stole from Ireland?
Excuse me, Ambassador. Nathan, what did you do to it?
No, nothing. I just set them free.
What's going on? Nathan, did you bring that thing aboard my station? Nathan, you have no idea what you've done.
I see you have other matters to attend to. I'll take my leave.
Irin, contact Lilith. Tell her there's been a change of plans. She's to destroy the station the moment she arrives. Then she is to pursue Nathan and bring him back to me. Anyone with him must be eliminated.